Bloomberg Audio Studios. Podcasts, radio, news.
The single best idea on a really interesting day. I thought it would be much more Fed-driven. Thank you, Sarah House of Wells Fargo, for a good Fed briefing. Michael McKee from Washington, he will be in the press conference. And most importantly, Michael McKee suggesting we are far from a snooze fest, and this will be truly one of the most interesting Fed meetings, statements, and press conferences in years. Alicia Levine with us with BNY. Continued optimism on the market. She's been absolutely dead on about you got to be in the market. You got to play to be in the market. She looked at the valuation of the Mag 5, the Mag 6, the Mag 7.
On a relative basis, the tech stocks are cheaper than they were 25 years ago. On a cash flow basis, they are just batting it out of the park on free cash flow margins. And on the operating margins...
You could say like Aaron Judge, you won't insult me.
So, I mean, these are different companies, but, keep the main point, which is that the Fed is cutting into an increased earnings cycle. Okay, S&P earnings estimates are moving higher. The Fed is cutting into it. Banks that are at all-time highs, hence the melt-up. But I think global managers are underallocated because the Flee America conversation was everywhere. I actually wrote a piece about how ridiculous the Flee America trade is because where else are you going for innovation and global and growth and margins and earnings power?
Alicia Levine with BNY, and I really have to say that one of the interesting correlations before the Fed meeting today was dollar dynamics. This morning, for example, the euro at a 118 level is at the strongest euro since September of 2021. That's really an important benchmark. That's one, I wouldn't normally watch euro dollar off of a Fed meeting, but over the next coming days, that will be fascinating to watch. Certainly, we can say on a Tuesday, the dollar gives way. He is at Nomura. David Seif is really, really quite good with all of his work, his academics at MIT and at Harvard. At Harvard, a few years behind him was Dr. Mirren. And David Seif, of course, with real graduate level experience with the new Fed governor. Here's David Seif this morning.
We clearly have more of a debt problem than we did 20 years ago when Steve and I met. I would point out that this has emerged from president to president, from party to party. And so clearly deficit reduction has become more of a priority over time. The OBBBA didn't really cut the deficit compared to what it could have potentially done. But at the same time, the tariffs, love them or hate them, look like they're going to collect on the order of $400 billion per year.
We're addicted to that, aren't we?
That's really the great word to use. The tariffs are something where it would take a generation to get rid of them because where are we going to get the money to replace them?
Unbelievable comment so soon after the advent of the Trump tariffs. David Seif is with Nomura. On our podcast, Nationwide Special Good Morning to the Philippines, wonderful to have Isabel Lee with us with her leadership in Bloomberg Equities this morning. On Apple Podcasts, on Spotify, and on YouTube Podcasts. It's single best idea.